Hey, what's going on, family? It's your coach, Steve Bacon. And this video, I can't tell you how important this video is to me. Why? Because there was one point in my life where I was so ready to give up on myself. And it's because I didn't understand what you're about to learn right now, which is the 6 levels of change. As a transformation coach, I've been working for years with people from all different backgrounds, all different colors, all different races, all different religions. And one thing continues to be constant. People come to me and say, Steve, I feel like I've tried everything to change, and I still can't make the change that I want to make. And I understand, because I was once in that place. And it's true. They have tried everything that they could to change, except for the 2 things that actually creates permanent and long-lasting change. So if you're watching this video right now, I want you to understand that, number one, there's nothing wrong with you, and change is possible. But how to actually change, how to get permanent, long-lasting change is just something that's not taught. I want you to picture this. I want you to imagine having been born with one car. And that one car you have to use for your entire life. You don't get another car. But you're also not given the owner's manual to that car. Now, why does that serve as a problem? It serves as a problem because, number one, you got to use this car for your entire life. But if you're not given the owner's manual to that car and something goes wrong, then it's really hard to fix. And so you end up at the mercy of other people who you hope read the manual and can tell you what's wrong and figure out how to fix you. Are you getting where I'm going with this? Because you weren't given the owner's manual to your brain, how your mind operates, how it actually works. You think you're stuck the way you are, and that's not true. And so you go from counselor to counselor, therapist to therapist, coach to coach, trying to figure out what's going on with you, hoping that they've read the manual on human behavior and can tell you what's wrong with you, but you are the expert on your own life. And so that's why belief theory is designed to educate you and give you the owner's manual to your own mind, because again, you are the expert in your life. And when you understand that there are 6 levels to change and you've probably only tried 4, you'll recognize there's nothing wrong with you, just like I recognize with me. So let's start with level 1. The first level of change is circumstantial or environmental change. Let me ask you, have you ever made a decision to just maybe move across country, move across town, change jobs, maybe get a car, right? Change neighborhoods, whatever it is. But you've worked to change your environment, hoping that that would be the thing that would create the change that you were looking for. I know exactly what you mean, because that's what I tried. At 17 years old, I took off to the military, and if you follow belief theory for a while, and you know my story, you know I went through a lot of traumatic things as a kid. And so at 17, I figured taking off to the military would be the answer that I need to just get away from everything and everybody I know. But the challenge with that is, wherever you go, there you are. Wherever you go, there you are. Meaning, even though I picked up and moved clear across the country, 3,000 miles, all the way to the state of Virginia, my old traumas from my childhood still followed me. My anger emotions from growing up as a kid still followed me. My old beliefs still followed me. My old perspective still followed me. My value system still followed me. And so even though I changed environments, I still found myself in the same positions as I was in California. So the point that I'm trying to make is that environmental change works temporarily, but it's not permanent, long-lasting change. And I just don't want you to give up on yourself because you've tried to change your environment and nothing changed, right? The second level of change is emotional or state change. You ever been to one of those seminars where you got really rah-rah, you had a great 2 days, and you're like, my whole world is about to change. And then about 3 days after that seminar, you went right back to what you were doing? That's because only concentrating on your emotions to create change, wanting to feel good. We will do so much. We will pay so much money in order to feel good. We'll go to seminars, we'll go to therapy, we'll go to counseling, we'll do whatever it takes to feel good. But the challenge with focusing on feeling good is that feeling good doesn't help you grow. Feeling good doesn't help you become better as a person. Feeling good doesn't help you become more responsible. Feeling good doesn't help you become more committed. Feeling good doesn't help you mature. Feeling good only does one thing: help you feel good. And so these are temporary solutions for a more permanent problem. Only focusing on your emotions for the permanent, long-lasting change you're looking for will never happen. And so many people give up on themselves because they've tried meditating, they've tried the sage, they've tried, going to groups, they've tried everything they could to feel better, but it's just not working. I'm telling you, focusing on just your emotions is temporary. The third level of change is physiological. Trying to change what your body does. Again, going back to the rah-rah sessions and stand up straight, right? And put your neck out and fix how you walk and stand like this. And they have so many tactics for changing your physiology. And in the moment, yes, it is absolutely powerful. But for long-lasting change, changing just what your body does doesn't work. I remember when I first started bodybuilding and lifted weights, if you can't tell, right? I used to be really jacked up, like as a kid, as far as like, buff. And it was because I was trying to change my outside of how I looked. I was trying to change my body on the outside so when I see myself in the mirror, maybe I could start to feel better about myself because my self-esteem was in the trash. I see so many people, they wear the name brand and the Gucci and the Jordans and they dress themselves up on the outside trying to fix their confidence on the inside. But my mentor used to say, even if you put lipstick on a pig, it's still a pig. Even if I get dressed up on the outside and I look great from head to toe, but I still feel like crap on the inside. Why? Because I didn't change what mattered. Transformation happens from the inside out, not the outside in. So yes, maybe walking tall and putting your shoulders back and jumping up and down, screaming rah, rah, rah will make you feel great in the moment. But it's, the same reason why 3 days later you leave those environments and you still feel like crap. And then you just say the environment wasn't worth it. It was. It did its job in that moment of getting you to feel better, getting you to feel good, getting you motivated. But if you're not in that environment every day, again, it's like a shower. If you don't take one every day, you begin to stink. The fourth level of change, the fourth temporary level, is just behavioral change. Only focusing on your behavior, focusing on changing the action is great so long as you can concentrate on catching that trigger every single time. It's kind of like when people make their New Year's resolution in January and they're super motivated, but by February, they go right back to what they were doing and they completely forget that they had a gym membership in the first place. But the reason why that happens is because as human beings, we try to focus on willpower to make the change. And that's what just trying to change the behavior alone is. It's willpower. But as human beings, our willpower sucks. So to recap the first 4 temporary levels of change, concentrate on the word temporary. Number 1, environmental. Number 2, emotional. Number 3, physiological. And number 4, behavioral. Those are the 4 levels of temporary change. So I want you to think about all the things that you've done in the past and try to fit them into the categories of the first 4. And you'll recognize that most of the things that you've done fit in those first 4. And it's the reason why you went back, you relapsed to what you were doing or what you were trying to change in the first place. At Belief Theory, we focus on the last 2 levels of change because the last 2 levels of change are what's permanent and long-lasting. The 5th level of change is psychological. changing your beliefs, and your perspectives. At Belief Theory, we help our clients transform their lives by doing three things: challenging what they believe, changing their perspectives, and creating a new meaning. All human behavior is belief driven. And we judge every situation based on perspective. We judge our potential based on perspectives. And in the next video, when we talk about identity crisis, I'm going to show you how you're using your past to dictate what you're capable of in your future. But permanent, long-lasting change comes from changing the one thing that controls human behavior, everything you do, which is your belief system. Which brings me to number 6, and the one level of change that I recommend everybody focuses on, and that's character development. Character development is about personal growth. It's about taking personal responsibility for your life. Number 6, character development is about becoming more mature. And maturity is not about age. Maturity is about willingness to take full responsibility for your entire life. That's what maturity is. It's willing to look in the mirror and say, you are the problem, not everyone else. Character development is about becoming more decisive. When you learn to become authentically you, it's easy to say yes or no to different situations and not feel bad or not feel like you have to please anybody. When you focus on character development, you become stronger in your sense of self. When you focus on character development, you raise your standards of what's okay for you. One of my good mentors, Mr. Tony Robbins, says you get in life what you tolerate, and that's about standards. And so what I want you to get from this video is that your time's not up. There's nothing wrong with you. You can still change, and you can create whatever life you want to create. You just have to be educated on the ways and be coached through the ways of permanent change, which is psychological and character development, changing your beliefs and perspectives and your values. And so if this video resonates with you and you are ready to take your life to the next level, I want you to click the link below and book a free 20-minute session with me. Figure out what's going on and what you need to do to take your life to the next level.